Hey gang, Carl White here. Hey, those of you watching this on YouTube, I'm actually over here, the background here. We have a little guest house on my property, and I'm over here at the guest house, and I was doing a little bit of odds and ends and brought my laptop with me. Sometimes I just like to work in a different atmosphere scenario sometimes. And so I came over here, was doing a couple things, and was playing with my laptop. And I started thinking about something that has made sometimes there's a couple relationships that really make all the difference. And I'm not talking about, even though we very well could, with the lovely Mrs. White or, with your, dearest friends. I'm talking about like business and personal growth, right? And I'm going to share with you something that I've been just thinking about all day today out of gratitude. Was something that my wealth coach shared with me years ago. And by the way, that was his term that he coined. He said, "Carl, I'm your wealth coach." And so years ago, when I was talking with him, he shared something with me that at first I thought had nothing to do with wealth, right? But come to find out, it was one of the best pieces of wisdom that I've ever learned, not just about, making money, but on life in general or getting the results that you want. And by the way, just kind of as an aside, to me, like none of us, I think, do this for quote money. We do what we do for what money provides. So money itself is, it's just papers or ones or zero in a bank account. But what it provides is really, really cool, not just for ourselves, of course, but and not just for our families, but at our community at large. Anyway, so I was sitting there with my wealth coach, and he said, "Carl, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it?" Now, you could put the it as almost anything. In this case, it was I wanted to have an eight-figure net worth, and which at the time sounded just like unreachable, right? Because most of you know that I come from very, 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 well, I grew up poor. I don't know a better way of saying it, right? We grew up really, I wouldn't say real poor, but just like we were what I would call the working poor, right? So anyway, when he said, "Carl, how bad do you want it?" I told him I have this burning desire, and his name was Ron, and I said, "Ron, I want you to hold me accountable for saving 25% of my net monthly income." Because they taught me, he said, "Carl, if you save 25% of your net monthly income, it almost doesn't matter how much you make, you'll become wealthy," which was true. So anyway, I said I have this burning desire, and I'll never forget what he told me next. I told him, I said, "Hey, I want you to hold me accountable." And what he said next was, "Carl, let me tell you something. Everybody wants accountability until they're actually offered it. Everybody wants accountability until they're actually offered it." Some of you heard me say that before, and now you know where it comes from, right? Everybody wants accountability until they're actually offered it. And it was like in that moment, I went, "Well, then there's that, kind of a, what's his name? The chef that would, bam, anyway, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But it was in that moment that I knew I was at a crossroads in my life. And if you fast forward a little bit, as the old famous poem goes, I took the road less traveled, and that has made all the difference. And for sure, I did, and for sure, it has. So let me wrap this in, tie this in. Carl, what are you talking about here today? Loan officers tell me all the time, "Carl, I just need somebody to hold me accountable." Right? I hear that a lot, and I get it. It's not that anybody wants to be held accountable. We all want the results that come from accountability. The moment accountability shows up and asks the uncomfortable question, did you do what you said you were going to do? Most people, they suddenly get busy, change the subject, or start explaining. "Well, Carl, you don't understand." But here's the deal. I think a lot of people misinterpret accountability. Or maybe they've had some sick way. I don't know if a better way of saying it. I'm sure there's a better word. And after when I'm on my bicycle listening to this episode, I'll think, "Oh, wrong word." But some people have experienced sick forms or unhealthy forms of accountability. But here's the thing: accountability isn't a punishment, right? It's not someone just checking up on you. It's not like a judgment. It's a gift. And Ron taught me that it's how you finally get the results that what he told me that, Carl, you see others getting, you can have the results simply by the accountability, right? Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free, cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think or tell me what you'd like to hear next. And because when you're held to the what we call the right activities, right, in the right way, it does something very, very powerful. It takes us out of the I'll do it later mode and puts us into I do what I say I would do mode. And because when we commit to say, hey, we're going to do something, we know in the moment that what we say we're going to do is going to take us to where we want to go. It's just later on we get caught in the active decision. Well, am I really going to do it? Am I really not going to do it? To me, that deciding, am I going to do it? Am I not? Am I going to do it? Is a very draining thing. When we have true accountability, and I call it accountability with respect, or my friend Jimmy says, accountability with a hug. That's what puts us into the I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. I don't decide in that moment, am I going to do this? Because I already decided when I said for Ron to hold me accountable, I already decided. So there's no further decision being made. And I can tell you right now, for me, that's where the confidence comes from. Right. So, all right, here's your action item for this week. I want you to pick one number for this week, not 10, one. And I want you to measure something like I'm going to give you just some examples here. Conversation started, follow ups completed. Maybe it'll be referral asks made. Maybe it's appointment set. Maybe it's how many minutes or hours prospecting per day, Monday through Thursday. Maybe it's calls to your past database, right? I want you to pick one of those. And by the way, if you ever need help with any of that stuff, like conversation started, I can show you 6 different proven conversation starters, right? They totally cool. Or referral asks made. I've got a perfect script I could share with you. And I always jokingly say it pulls like a pack of mules. Appointment set. That's an easy one. I can show you the follow up refer back script, which is a gangbuster for setting appointments with top producing real estate agents. Or how do I prospect during the day? How do you time block it? I can help you with that part too. Or maybe it's calls to your past database. I'm totally happy to share with you the exact script what to say. But anyway, what I want you to do is I want you to grab one of those and then decide what is your target for the week. Like how many of those in this moment when you're feeling very empowered right now, how many of those, of one of those, not all of them, but one of those, decide what your target is for the week and put a number to it. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. And I'm going to tell you right now, consistency beats intensity every time. Let me say that again. Consistency beats intensity every single time. If you want me or us to hold you to do it, shoot me an email. I normally don't give an email because I know a lot of people are walking, but this one's going to be a very simple email address. The email address is my name, Carl.White. Again, let me do it again. Carl.White, just a period. Carl, period, White, just a one symbol note, of course, or one symbol thing. Carl.White at themarketinganimals.com. Carl.White at themarketinganimals.com. And just type in the one word accountability, right? Type in the one word accountability. We'll show you exactly how to do it. Simple, respectful, and very, 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 very effective. And again, we call it accountability with respect. And I can tell you right now, a very few of you will actually do what I just recommended that you do. Very, very few. And the few of you that actually do it, Carl.White at themarketinganimals.com with the word accountability, and then follow up with that, because I'll reply back to you. The few of you that actually do that, taking the road less traveled, I'm a firm belief it will be the beginning of a journey that just may make all the difference for you. All right. Everybody wants accountability until you're actually offered it. So I've just offered it to you. Yeah, accountability is a lot of people see it as a prison sentence, and it's not. It's actually freedom. Anyway, enough about this. I wasn't planning on doing this episode, and I was just over here working. I thought, I'm just going to hit the record button here real quick and make an offer to you, nice and simple. So, all right, that's it. All right. Well, I'm going to run back downstairs and finish up what I was doing down there. And I'll talk to you when you call in or when you email in. Carl.white at themarketinganimals.com. So, all right. Hey, thanks again for letting me be part of your day. I don't take this lightly. It's been a true honor for the last, I don't know, 25 years or so to be a part of many of you, your day-to-day loan officer routine or life routine is what I like to think about it. And it's a true honor. It really is. I never take it lightly. So, yeah. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you when you email in, and I'll see you on the next episode of Loan Officer Freedom. Thanks again. Bye bye.